6 weeks to go, and we had a very, very long to-do list. The big items first. We organised for Muse to update our solar system with 3 new Victron solar panels. We also needed an additional 2 lithium batteries. Unfortunately, our old batteries were no longer available, which meant that we had to purchase 4 new batteries for Muse to install. Our Stellar air conditioner had arrived, just waiting for Muse to install it. More on that later. After inspecting our autopilot ram, Steve decided to purchase a new one, just as a backup. I set to completing all the numerous documents that were necessary to join the Sail to Indonesia rally. Dan from Whitsunday Welding, what a legend. He set to repairing once again our stainless water tanks and also fabricating a stand for our barbecue and also our Starlink and also a part for our winch. Amazing. We had visitors. Shane and Lynn were back in town. It was time to party. As you may have gathered, the Airlie Beach Hotel had a cover band every weekend. This weekend it was ABBA, ready to roll. The party always started quite sedately until a few drinks were consumed, and then it really started to get a move on. Back to the boat, and our new motor gets her 50-hour service. Our new batteries arrive, awaiting the installation from Muse. 4 weeks to go, and we receive our certificate of participation in the Sail to Indonesia rally. Then organising our boat stamp, which apparently is an absolute necessity. Back to the pub. Everybody loves Sweet Caroline. It was time to reorganise our storage, and Steve had purchased 100 metres of rope ready for our mid-mooring. Very excited. Steph and Michael are back. Also exciting, Jack decides to visit his dad in Airlie. Another delicious, delectable dinner. Chaos and Will kept us very entertained.
We could have ended up at the other side of bloody Hook Island, or the other side of Whitehaven. You wouldn't have noticed. Clearly. You could have just, he fell asleep when we left here, and he woke up.
So you just listened to it.
Good boy.
Oh, 100%.
What?
Coho, so it's like marinated.
Just not.
Like best tomato.
Yeah, super.
Oh no, just like rum.
Back to the pub, and this time for a bit of Johnny Cash. Now to start on the inside of NET. As you can see, still a lot of work to do. Our Rainman portable water maker arrives, and Steve soon finds it a new home. Back to the dreaded water tanks, now completed. Yabba dabba do. Rolled out our spare sails just to take a look at the spinnaker, which we had been carrying around for years. Rowan's advice, I wouldn't use it. Steve then applied the new Sun Odyssey 51 decals. He then repaired our Dodger so that we could organise for Kevy to come along and take some measurements for our Dodger screens. Back to the pub for a bit of the oils. Susie came to visit, which was fantastic. We had known each other since our teens. Our insurances are now organised, and it's 1 week to go. Last trip to the pub, starting to get a little sad. Only to be cheered up. Everybody loves a bit of YMCA. The Last Supper. Once again, Debalicious puts together a sensational dinner on Stella. We had lots of laughs, special sweets, and of course the rum.
Oh my God.
So I'm assuming, Deb, this is classed as 2 courses here in front of us, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah, it's 2 courses here. Perfect.
I just bring 2 at a time this time.
Wow.
Steve heads up the mast to do some final checks. Scotty, our amazing shipwright, comes to say goodbye. Deb then presents us all with a hand-painted t-shirt. Seriously, what an amazing lady. The boys took great pleasure in ignoring my list of jobs that needed to be done before we left. Use our electricians, run through our recently installed electrics, and advise they're unable to install our air conditioning unit. I'm not going to say a word. Steve installs the Starlink mount, and it's now the 14th, and I prepared brekkie on Annie tea, my specialty, peanut butter on toast with mimosas. Sundowners on Annie T, our new screens work a treat, and then we're off to the sailing club for the last night at Airlie. Had to catch up with this very special lady who's been there since we first bought the boat back in 2017. Thank you, Heather Sutton, you are a legend. In our next video, we finally set off to Horn Island with some sun, sea, and a little bit of sailing. Surprise, surprise.